Think this. It's a freezing winter night, and a group of hedgehogs huddle together for warmth. But as they move closer, their sharp quills prick each other, causing pain. They shuffle apart, only to feel the biting cold again. This delicate dance between proximity and distance is what German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer called the hedgehog dilemma, a metaphor for the human struggle to balance intimacy and individuality. In today's video, we'll unravel this philosophical concept and explore how it applies to our relationships, our psyche, and our quest for connection in a world that often feels both too close and too distant. From the roots of Schopenhauer's pessimistic worldview to its echoes in Freudian psychology and modern life, we'll take a deep dive into why relationships can be both our greatest joy and our most profound challenge. As Schopenhauer said, the greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. But does maintaining our emotional health mean keeping others at arm's length? Or is there a way to strike a balance? The hedgehog dilemma illustrates the paradox of human relationships. On one hand, we crave closeness and connection. On the other, we fear vulnerability and the pain it might bring. Schopenhauer used this metaphor to highlight the fundamental tension in human nature. How can we be close enough to feel warmth, but distant enough to avoid harm? This conundrum is particularly poignant in modern times, where digital communication has amplified both connection and isolation. While we're more connected than ever, social media and instant messaging often make interactions feel shallow, leaving us longing for genuine closeness. As Schopenhauer observed, a man can be himself only so long as he is alone. Yet complete solitude is rarely sustainable. This creates a push and pull dynamic that defines our interactions, whether with family, friends, or romantic partners. The hedgehog dilemma isn't just about pain avoidance, it's about growth. Just as hedgehogs must experiment with distance to find their comfort zone, we too must navigate the nuances of relationships to strike a balance. And this balance isn't static. It shifts based on circumstances, personalities, and emotional needs. Schopenhauer's broader philosophy, rooted in pessimism, posits that suffering is an inherent part of life. The hedgehog dilemma, therefore, reflects his view that relationships, while essential, are fraught with challenges. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom, he wrote, suggesting that no human endeavor is without its complications. In relationships, this translates to a perpetual balancing act. Too much closeness might lead to dependency, conflict, or emotional burnout. Too much distance might foster loneliness, misunderstanding, or even resentment. Schopenhauer's insight reminds us that the ideal relationship isn't devoid of discomfort, but rather navigates it with mutual respect and understanding. This nuanced view of connection challenges us to accept imperfection, both in ourselves and in others, as a natural part of life. Schopenhauer also believed that our striving for connection is intertwined with the will to live, the primal force that drives all beings. This will, according to him, is the root of both our desires and our suffering. The hedgehog dilemma is, in essence, a microcosm of this broader philosophical struggle, the tension between seeking fulfillment and encountering pain along the way. Modern psychology has expanded on Schopenhauer's metaphor, particularly in the realm of attachment theory. People often navigate relationships based on their attachment style: secure, anxious, or avoidant. These dynamics mirror the hedgehog's struggle. The anxious crave constant closeness, the avoidant fear emotional entanglement, and the secure find a middle ground. Sigmund Freud, heavily influenced by Schopenhauer, used the hedgehog dilemma to explain defense mechanisms. He suggested that emotional distance is often a protective strategy to shield ourselves from potential pain. This aligns with Schopenhauer's belief that compassion is the basis of morality. Genuine connection requires vulnerability and empathy, even at the risk of discomfort. Freud saw this interplay as central to understanding human behavior and the psyche, emphasizing the importance of balancing self-preservation with the need for meaningful relationships. Carl Jung, another towering figure in psychology, built on these ideas by exploring how the hedgehog dilemma reflects the tension between our shadow selves and our public personas. To truly connect with others, Jung argued, we must confront our inner fears and embrace the parts of ourselves we often keep hidden. This internal work mirrors the hedgehog's external dance of intimacy and distance. In love, the hedgehog dilemma manifests as the tension between passion and independence. Partners must navigate how to support each other while maintaining their individuality. As Schopenhauer implied, balance is key. Just remember, once you're over the hill, you begin to pick up speed. Friendships thrive on shared experiences but can falter under unmet expectations or misunderstandings. Acknowledging each other's boundaries ensures longevity without pricking each other's egos. For example, true friendship doesn't demand constant proximity. It respects the natural ebb and flow of connection. Families, meanwhile, often embody the extremes of the hedgehog dilemma. Parents, for instance, must juggle closeness with allowing their children the autonomy to grow. As Schopenhauer noted, we forfeit 3/4 of ourselves to be like other people. This forfeiture becomes particularly evident in family dynamics, where individual desires sometimes clash with collective expectations. In professional settings, the hedgehog dilemma takes the form of teamwork versus individuality. Collaborating effectively means respecting diverse perspectives without overstepping boundaries. Healthy professional relationships, like personal ones, require a balance of closeness and distance to foster productivity and mutual respect. Even in our relationship with ourselves, the hedgehog dilemma is relevant. Self-criticism and self-compassion often operate in tension, much like the hedgehog's push and pull. Embracing this internal dynamic can lead to personal growth and a deeper understanding of who we are. The hedgehog dilemma is more than just a philosophical metaphor. It's a lens through which we can better understand our relationships and ourselves. Schopenhauer's insights, enriched by psychological theories from Freud and Jung, remind us that connection is both a challenge and a necessity. By embracing the discomfort that comes with intimacy, we open the door to deeper, more meaningful relationships, with others and with ourselves. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.